Hi, and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. And as they say, every other evening, social distancing or daytime, whichever I put the show out, whatever day and time I put the show out. Anyway, welcome to the show. To all our viewers, DXTL TV from the touchlines. We're not on the touchlines because there's no football due to COVID-19. But that'll be back very, very soon indeed, guaranteed. Not too sure about the adults, not too sure about the women's football. That's in the balance, that really does. But grassroots football will return, and I reckon the end of March. That's what I'm reckoning. Fingers crossed anyway. And welcome to our podcast listeners as well. And I'm going to obviously try and work between the two of them, the listeners, because we have them all over the world, and the viewers. I'm hoping we still have them all over the world as well, because many, many people view and listen but don't like. So I'd say thousands upon thousands. Anyway, we're building the show up. We're going to be building the DXTL TV from the Touchlines YouTube channel up, and we're going to work on the podcasting as well to make it better for yourselves and more enjoyable, and putting up with me so often. Anyway, I put a post out yesterday to go on the GoFundMe page. As everyone knows, or if you don't know, we're doing a run for Emilie on the 28th of March, providing we're not still in lockdown. That will have to change again and go a little bit later. So we're aiming for something like the 28th of April, if that was the case, just to secure us into lockdown and make sure that we can actually do the run, because you can't do a run with a few lads, can you? Because we're not allowed to. Anyway, I managed to do a walk the other day from Warrington to Liverpool, 26.4 miles I actually done, but we'll go into a little bit more of that in detail, because we're trying to fundraise towards Emilie, because Emilie, as everyone knows on the story, if you go onto the GoFundMe page, probably not everyone knows, but we're trying to promote it. We're trying to raise £25,000, because if we don't raise that within 13 months now it is, Emilie will be turning 16, and then unfortunately she can't have the operation in the local hospital all day. She has to go to America, which is going to cost £60,000. So you can see our race against time, or hear our race against time. We need to do something thick and fast. Yes, we've raised nearly £3,000 with a lot of pledges coming in, so it's less than £25,000 that we need to raise, but it's still a lot of hard work and a lot of fundraising that we have ahead of us. And I know one millionaire could turn around and we might just touch that lucky person one day and go, Mal, there you go, doing great work, I appreciate it, there's all your funds, no more panicking. Well, that would, in a real world, in a dream, the dream coming reality, that's what I'd prefer, and then Emilie could be pain free. Now, Emilie suffers with cerebral palsy, and obviously it's horrible. We know that, and I've learned a lot more from Mum when I had Mum in the studio to interview her, and Donna was telling me all about the story, and you can read that if you go onto the GoFundMe page, a run for Emilie. You'll come across at DXTL, a run for Emilie, and you can read the whole story and watch the videos that are up there to give you an insight into what we're talking about. Now, Emilie needs this operation, and if she gets the operation, selective dorsal rhizotomy, I'll say that again, rhizotomy, I think I've got that right, selective dorsal rhizotomy. Now, this operation, it's hard to get me to remember it and get my words around that, but I will remember it one day, I assure you. Now, what we did the other day, I sent a message to Mum, and I put this on the video, just to ask Emilie, her daughter, the question of what would the operation mean to her. And I was taken aback with the story, I really was, you know, and I put the video out yesterday on the GoFundMe page. You can watch all of the video, and the reply come back after a few days, because obviously it's not just one of those spur of the moment. You have to think about something like that, what it really means, and it's probably a lot more than what Emilie has put in there as well. But having SDR would change my life in a number of ways, and all these things I'll list are possible to reach after I've had the operation and undergo extensive therapy afterwards. So, Emilie carries on. I'd like to be able to walk without people looking or staring at me, or sometimes even worse, laughing at me. Once the tightness has gone in my legs, my walking pattern will improve, and I'd like to be able to ride a bike, because Emilie has only ever been able to ride a trike due to her poor balance. And Emilie would like to be able to walk distances without asking friends or family to stop for a rest. Also, Emilie would like to go through life walking in the street without people staring at her, the way she walks, and sometimes laughing at her. That is a no-go. People staring, people laughing because someone else is suffering. No, I don't like to hear it, don't like to see it. I'd have to say something if I saw that, in defence. They're the words of a young girl, 14-year-old girl who turns 16 in 13 months' time. Now we, ourselves, Team DXTL, the story was brought to our attention by Sister Olivia, and we want to do something about it. And this is why we are appealing to yourselves, to your good selves, to go on our GoFundMe page. And I hope that really inspires you to donate just a little bit, if you don't mind, as much as you can afford, because we know everyone is going through hard times. So we put our weight and our might behind it all, and we've got a few lads and a good team together to run 26.2 mile, hopefully it's not 0.4 mile, from Warrington Town Hall to Liverpool Town Hall on the 28th of March, and as I say, it could be a little bit later. So you can see why we're doing this. We want to try and help Emilie, we want to try and make her life pain-free, let her ride that bike without the trike, without the poor balance, and give it some more incentive to get herself involved in other things. There must be a massive list that Emilie has not put down, because it's probably hurting too much thinking of what she cannot do at the moment, and it's probably hard to write things down because she hasn't been able to do those things, so she hasn't missed them. But when she has the operation, the SDR operation, hey ho, Emilie can get involved in more sporting activities, no doubt, but that's after recovery time. It'll be a long time recovery, but we need to raise the funds as quickly as possible so Emilie can have the SDR operation as quickly as she can, so she can become pain-free. So this is why our appeal is going out to you, and this is why you're going to hear a lot more, because I'm up on my game. I'm doing a lot more fundraising, and we're trying our very, very best, and you might have seen my announcements yesterday that I'm actually doing something that will hopefully get the grassroots football family behind if it goes ahead. And I think it will go ahead, to be honest. But I'm not telling anyone what we're doing. I'm just getting it right and just seeing if it comes off. Hopefully it will. And we can then relax, because I think we'll no doubt smash the £25,000. And that's what we're aiming to do, smash it, if we can all work together. And if I can rely on the grassroots football family now and later. We're trying to do this before the run, just to give us an incentive to do more fundraising. Great team, great bunch of lads. We wanted some girls involved, but obviously that didn't materialise. We did think we were going to get a few at the start, but hey ho, it's one of those things. We all want about make our first, and lads have jumped on in support us, and can they do it fantastically well. We'll have a team photo when we can, and we'll put it up on the GoFundMe page and on videos as well when we're all together, because we've got to do a training stint exactly before we actually do the 26.2 mile, or we challenge that task. Anyway, there we go. So if you can, please go on our GoFundMe page and just search DXTL, a run for Emilie. You'll come right up to it. I think on there it shows that we've raised 1,502. There's a lot of pledges, there's more money gone into the bank. Without the GoFundMe page, because dribs and jabs have come in, we've done bucket collecting, which we thank everyone for, and you can see there's a lot more on that, but you can't put that balance on the GoFundMe page. That's just what we've raised on that page. If you're thinking, where is it? We can't, because I do know that I think GoFundMe and Just Giving do take a percentage out of it. I'm not really sure, I can't really work out, but we'll know towards the end of it. But everyone who knows GoFundMe and Just Giving do know. At least it's a bona fide account. You can see it, you have a separate account where it all goes in, and I can't wait for one day when I can hand a nice big fat cheque over to Mum and Emily with smiles on their faces and the rest of the family as well. Okay, you may have seen the poster put out as well yesterday. Just excuse me while I have some Lady Grey. Twinings, God, it is lovely, nectar, it really is, gets me going throughout the day and keeps me fit. And I'm just, can I just say that I'm totally amazed at the way my body has recovered after the walk on Thursday from Warrington to Liverpool. I'm ecstatic a little bit because I did not think it was going to cure. I just thought I may have done some damage by doing that, but thankfully, touch wood, I don't know until a challenge and run again, but I'll let you know, I'll keep you informed as to where it's going. But again, once again, thank you for everyone's support within this. Now I'd just like to give you the story that I didn't give you the other day, which was, every time I do a run or do something like that, there's always an incentive, there's always something I come across that gets into my head and makes me push on. And this was going through Rain Hill on the walk on Thursday. When I noticed, I looked over to a cemetery and I noticed a lot of fresh flowers there, but I also noticed an elderly lady sitting on a bench, just looking down at the flowers by the gravestone, obviously reminiscing what was going through her mind, memories, just staring. And I couldn't help but notice that, you know, because we're carrying on, we all say life goes on, but this is what we have to face, all of us. We can't get out of it, so we all want to try and do some good, and that spurred me on, kicked me on. But I was thinking, my thoughts was with the elderly lady. I could understand the sorrow she was going through, and it just touched me, and it just brought back all the memories. I've lost mum and dad, yeah, many years ago, but you still think all the time. They brought you into this world, and you just wish that they were with you all the time, or every day of the week. But unfortunately, that's life. So we need to take life to the full. We need to enjoy it. We don't know whether our time comes, not at all. So life is too short, make the most of it and carry on. Please, there's always things around us that remind us that you're not on this earth forever. So take heed of that and remember that story in your head and try and push on and make something good out of your life as much as you possibly can. I know if I took my life again, sorry about that, that doesn't, if I had my life again, I would be abroad somewhere in a nice villa. That's the way I would. Lovely sunshine. Anyway, it's just one of those stories that spurs you on. Now last night we had our first Zoom with all the kids, for the young commentators, the youth project, the welcoming all that we were lucky enough to get the lottery funding for and the government funding, because COVID, kids are in COVID, and it was just like an introduction with myself, Wayne and Dan. It was great. It went rather well. I was over the moon the way it went, actually. It was, and we've got some great kids on board, and one or two couldn't get on because it was never supposed to be an online course, but we're trying to make the most of it, because when the lockdown is lifted, we'll have the kids in the studio, in KCC 99.8 live, FM live. We'll have them in the workshops downstairs with Wayne. It's just amazing what we can do. And the kids, the feedback we got was unbelievable, and I can see some kids out there who are really, really geared up and interested in what we've got to offer them, because the next Zoom I'm hoping to be in the studio, give them a little insight of what they can come in to do, the table, the microphones, the handheld recorders, the editing, and we're also going to get Shannon involved, who's going to be showing them. She's a gamer, Shannon, she's told me that, I know that for a fact, but we're also going to be doing editing, photography, because Shannon is unbelievable. What she showed me in her photography is second to none. So I can't wait, and those kids are going to enjoy the support of Shannon. She's going to talk to them, and she's going to let them know what they can do. And she might show you something as well, so keep your fingers crossed she does, especially you kids out there who have joined up. Not too late to join. if you're still interested in getting involved in young competitions, because we also announced all the celebrities who are coming on board. Wow, that is amazing. I tell you what, the kids were taken aback, and we still got to talk to Liverpool and Everton football clubs about the ambassadors, and I'm going to go right to the top, and as Wayne says, come down. But why shouldn't we have the top players? The kids are looking forward, they're eager to get involved. It's not just about sport, it's not just about football, because I've been talking to Claire, who owns Dance Passion, and she's one of these professional dancers, so kids out there who want to get involved in dancing, singing, we've got all the contacts. Honestly, we're not too far away from everything. Even technology, we're talking to Sony, we're talking to PlayStation. Wow, there you go. Kids, you're going to enjoy what is coming along. What the prospects are at the end of all this, honestly, is second to none. And we're going to probably level 16 years of age to get involved in this, because they will love to interview the celebrities that we've got on board, right from the weird actors, singers, you name it, we've got them all. So there you go, there's no football, no grassroots football whatsoever, is there? No, not at all. So we need to bring that up, because I don't know what you managers are doing out there, I don't know what you all got plans, you're all buying new kits, because you can buy them online, we all know that, get them all prepared, because by the time the kids get back to football, dear me, they're going to be a lot bigger, aren't they? Let's just hope they're all keeping fit, well, active. I am, and I'm hoping that I can be an incentive to you people out there by training, by doing what I'm doing, because I've done a 13.6 mile marathon, half a marathon, and over the last couple of weeks, and also the walk 26.2, and it really makes me sick, because I could really not publicise that, because people can raise thousands of pounds by doing something like that. So I've missed out on it because of lockdown, couldn't do it, but it's one of those things. It's great on my CV, but it's going nowhere when it comes to cash, but at least I know I've done it, and I had enough videos to prove that I've done it. And thank you once again to everyone who wrote comments, liked it, shared it, and sent me congratulations. But I want those congratulations tenfold, likes and shares, if I complete the marathon. I'm really going to push for it, I'm really going to hope and get the body right if I possibly can. I'll have my physio working on me. I just need to be right, and so do the lads as well. It's going to be grueling, it's going to be tough, but we're going to have a good go. And I've got the passion for it, but as I said yesterday, if my body won't hold out, I cannot do anything about that. I don't want to be carried over the line, I want to try and make it over the line myself. Okay, we've got 4 minutes left of the show, another quick sip of my Earl Grey. Lady Grey, get it right. And we can carry on about Premier League games. I think I've lost heart in it now. It doesn't look good for Liverpool after our 1-0 defeat by Brighton. But all these lower teams, they tend to go tenfold for some reason at Liverpool. Even though we're league champions, they've done it before, they're all having a go. We can't beat the bottom 6, and we'll have a good go at the top teams, and they're all aware of what they can do. But the players just need to lift themselves. I don't know why. It was such a poor performance against Brighton. I don't think we even had a shot on target, but you've got to live with it. And as I say, life goes on. Life's too short. I've just mentioned that. This is only a game of football. So I'm losing heart, and congratulations to anyone who's going to go and win this Premier League title. Even Everton having a go themselves. But we're in less cups, and we're in less trophies, aren't we? But it's funny that Virgil van Dijk has been added to the Champions League squad. What's this space? That's what I'm thinking. You've got to see something. And you give these kids, the new players, a little go. Anyway, so I hope you're all enjoying your Premier League performances at the moment. I'm sure you are, because every team's fighting in it now, bar us. Enjoy it, and let's see how the games fold or unfold. So Manchester City we play tomorrow. If they beat us, the title's well over anyway. But it doesn't look like we're going to have a really good run together now. I think we've lost 4 now, and they've been from all the lower teams, and I think we're starting to lose at Anfield. The fortress is gone, but we'll plod on and see what it brings. We play Everton again very soon, don't we? See what that brings. Anyway, enough about the Premier League. Let's just hope grassroots football begins again as soon as possible. And you're all keeping fit. Managers, let me know what you're doing, mal@don'textheline.com. add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites, even Instagram. I'm starting to build that up slowly but surely, and I know when I get the help of Shannon, I'll have thousands of followers because I know what she's going to do on my site. It's going to be great, and we're going to publicise a lot more than I hope for, to be honest. And also, as I say, DXTL TV from the touchline, you'll see a little bit of a difference. It won't be as boring because someone's talking to you and you're going, yeah, and getting a bit fed up. And that's why we only do try around about 20 minutes show, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And obviously we do the WordPress exactly the same, but we'll also add a show in midweek sometimes if we've got any important news to tell you. Anyway, the new project that I've come up with, watch this space. Everyone's trying to find out what it is, but I'm sure you'll know soon enough. Okay, we've finished our show tonight. Thank you very, very much for tuning in, watching us, listening to us. We'll be back again tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. So for yourself, Marley, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line and Respect programme, have a great evening. Look after yourselves, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow at 7. See you later.